of young people today have encountered challenges in picking out a life partner. And you hear people say things like, I'm a Catholic, I can't marry someone outside my church, or I can't marry a Catholic, their doctrines are too strict. And people have had these challenges and had these issues over and over and over again. And even I've had personal experiences with it. So I know that this is a major challenge we face today. Today we shall be trashing out the issue of mixed marriages and the church's view on how you should carry about your marriage, and who you should marry and who you shouldn't, or if there should even be restrictions in who you should marry. Today, with me, as usual, I have Nonso looking hot in her vintage shirt. Oh my God. How are you, dear?
I'm fine. I'm glad to be here today.
And we have a very special guest in the house, Mazi Udo Chijioke, a very active parishioner of St. Jude's Catholic Church, Mafoloko Oshodi, who has served in various positions in the church. And he has 42 years of experience as a pharmacist. Wow, sir. Welcome to the show, sir.
Welcome,
We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
He shall be talking to us about mixed marriages when we come back from this break.
Catholic Faith Forum on TV.
Welcome back. Today we shall be talking about mixed marriages and the church's view on it. Sir, how long have you been married, please?
38 and a half years.
Wow. That's a long time. Oh, God.
Where were you then?
Sir?
Where were you?
Where was I wasn't born.
Okay.
Honestly, I was not. So how many children do you have, sir?
I have 3.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Okay. What are their ages?
35,
Wow.
33,
Okay.
27.
So I cut my couple.
Thank you.
Okay, so is your wife a Catholic as well?
No.
Wow. How did you handle that?
Well, we were friends before we got married.
Okay.
We met 43 years ago. Became friends and married after 4 years of courtship.
Okay.
She was Anglican.
You said she was, she's
Is she
no
still
longer
Anglican? Or
Anglican.
she has...
Not exactly.
Please explain.
Explain, exactly.
Right. She was Anglican. We got married. She became Catholic.
Okay.
Now she goes to Winners Chapel.
So I don't understand though. So she's not with you in the Catholic Church, so you actually have a mixed marriage. Let me take it.
That's what it is, yes.
Okay, how does that work exactly?
Well, I would say that we have lived happily for all this time. I want you to believe that in the 38 and a half years, we've not quarreled for once.
Wow. And so,
Sir.
before your marriage, like people didn't tell you, once got married that girl, she's Anglican or something.
Those things came in, but we were in love. And that was an important thing. There must be issues. People will always say yes or no. But you have to understand my own background.
Okay.
That played a part also.
Can you shed more light on that?
Yeah. My father had 9 wives.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Don't worry about what happened these days. He had 9 wives, and they were not Catholic.
Okay.
But they sent us to Catholic schools and supported us. I was baptized when I was 10.
Okay.
So our mothers always came to join us in the Catholic school, whatever we were doing. And they always wanted us to come to their church to join them.
Okay.
But they didn't stop us from going to Mass, going to catechism. Everything we had to do in the Catholic Church, they let us do.
Okay.
From there, I went to Catholic secondary school.
Okay.
So in my family, you had, in a family where you had 9 wives, several children. We were 34 by my father.
Jesus.
So some became Catholics, some became Methodists,
Okay.
some became Anglicans. So it was a mixed environment. And we respected each other's religious leanings. You understand?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm a Catholic because I'm a convinced Catholic.
Okay.
So you're there because you want to be there. That is where you
Not
believe
because I
you
want to
should
be there.
You know why
I'm
you're
a
there.
convinced Catholic.
Okay.
How? Explain
trying to
that to
understand
us.
that statement.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
Convince.
you see, to be a convinced Catholic, you have to understand the Catholic faith and believe in the teachings of the church.
Okay.
You understand? Otherwise, there are pulls, there are pressures, there are things pulling you here and there. Especially when you come from a background where many are not Catholics.
Okay. But what I really want to understand is how you and your wife balance it out. The fact that she's not a Catholic at the moment.
She's very God-fearing.
Okay.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
She's very God-fearing. And we pray together. Sometimes we study scriptures together.
Okay.
You understand? And our interests are the same, more or less.
Okay. So did she convert and become a Catholic when you were getting married, or that happened afterwards?
No, after our marriage.
Okay, so there was no pressure from the family that says, okay, you must...
No.
Well, so I would like to know, you're telling us your own perspective.
Yeah.
I am a woman.
Yeah.
So I want to know, if I want to get married to a man outside my own faith,
Yeah.
how would I do it? How do I manage? Because
How do
now
you
we are the
balance?
ones facing the whole pressure that, okay, he's not a Catholic, don't marry him. Because when you marry him, you're going to eventually leave the Catholic Church. I think, what can you tell me, like, because, okay, imagine you were a woman at that then. If you wanted to get married to a man that was not a Catholic, how would you have managed?
Yeah, you see, when I was sitting down here, there were arguments going on. I was interested in it. The very first thing about any couple wanting to get married is genuine love between both of them. That determines a lot of things.
Okay.
That love will lead to tolerance. If there's no tolerance, you can't live in a marriage. There must be humility. And it's not a question of boss and subordinate. It's a question of partners in a relationship.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
When you understand that both of you are partners and you have a purpose for getting married, you love each other and you believe in God. When I mean believing in God, it must be truly Christians. Because we have Christians by day, or called worshippers at night. There are many of them.
Yes, they are.
You have to understand the other person's worldview.
Oh, yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
Syncretism is a very common thing. People go to church in the morning and they have several beliefs about different things.
Yes.
But so if you really want to get involved in marriage, you must understand the other person's worldview,
Okay.
religious view, attitude to spiritual life. When you understand these things, it makes it easier.
Okay.
First of all, you must be basically Christian.
Okay. So if I understand you, you mean we must be Christians, then we love each other genuinely,
Yeah.
and understanding, that's the key.
Understanding and then have the fear of God in both of you.
Then,
not
okay.
pretended.
Okay.
Now you're narrowing it to the both of us.
Yeah.
You know, we're Africans, and most time when you want to get married, it's the families. What if your families are like against it, or telling one another to convert to the other
Because
person?
that happens a lot these
A
days.
lot these
It
days.
happens, but the issue is this. When there is rush in the relationship, it creates a problem. I'll give you an instance. My niece wants to marry a Yoruba boy. Okay?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
She's in love with this man. And the mother said, never. The mother is my immediate younger sister. She said, never. And she was adamant. The girl didn't understand. I called her and said, take it easy. Let your mother be. You're the only daughter she has. She wants to understand she wants your happiness. Don't fight with your mother. Just let it be. Take it easy. When the time comes, she will come round. Just make her understand that you're not running away.
So are you advising us to? You're advising me to wait
Yeah, what I'm saying is
till
that
my family understand and
you have to talk to them, convince them. They will come round. At the end of the day, they're getting married in the next 2 or 3 months.
Wow, that's nice.
So I would really like to get your opinion on what the church says about mixed marriages. But first of all, let's go to the streets and find out what people had to say about mixed marriages. And we'll be back after this break.
Would you mind marrying a non-Catholic?
Yes. Because I find that it's from observing previous marriages, mixed marriages, I find that it's easier to be of the same church, the same faith, so as to avoid unnecessary problems in the future between children, even between the couples, because except one of them converts, which I would not want to be the one to convert. Usually it's the woman that has to convert. So if I marry a non-Catholic, there will be pressure on me to convert to whatever it is my husband is doing, which I don't want to do. I want to remain a Catholic for the rest of my life. So I wouldn't want to put myself in a situation where I'll be under the pressure to want to convert, and I wouldn't want to put myself in a situation where my children will have to choose between, okay, even if I don't convert, when my children have to choose between coming to the Catholic Church or going to wherever my husband is, I think it's, I don't want that.
Well, marrying a non-Catholic might cause some issues, but if you can find common ground with your spouse, then it won't be that much.
Kind of common ground?
Common ground, like you can decide to change church, she can decide to change church, come to a Catholic church. It just depends on what you agree with your spouse.
But would you leave the Catholic Church?
No.
Marrying a non-Catholic, to me, it's just about loving the woman, then bringing her back into a Catholic church. That's all. So I can marry a non-Catholic.
Are you Catholic?
No.
What do you think about marrying a Catholic?
I think there's nothing serious to it. I mean, it's the same God we serve. And, I think getting to marry a Catholic opens your faith to the Catholic side of Christianity, because I had my reservations about Catholic before I got involved with my fiancée, and coming here for the catechism has actually opened my eyes to doctrines I didn't really know about the Catholic. I didn't know about Catholic. Yeah, so I think it's helpful, so you get to know both sides and really understand where they are coming from, and you know why they are the way they are.
Catholic Faith Forum on TV.
Welcome back. You've heard people's different opinions on mixed marriages, with most people saying, I can't marry someone outside the church. I think it's so interesting, because most men believe the woman must convert, and most women are like, no, I'm not going anywhere.
Want to, because they're afraid of being left out there after they go into marriage.
Yes, because there's that fear of, one day, this man will tell me no. If I'm a girl, the man will tell me no, I cannot go to my church anymore. So I really want to know, what is the church's opinion on mixed marriages?
Yeah, the Catholic Church teaches that the Catholic spouse be allowed to continue to practice his or her faith.
Okay.
And the children be brought up in the Catholic faith.
But sir, we're in Africa, and most times in Africa they say the man is the head, and the only thing when it comes to marriage, the only thing that belongs to the woman is the wedding. After the wedding, every other thing is for the man. The children, everything they do is actually the man's own. Although the woman brings up the children, but when it comes to serving, you see them saying, okay, he has to follow the man to his church, not the woman. So in this sense, what am I going to do about it?
Yeah, I said earlier that it is important that there is true courtship.
Okay.
When there's a genuine courtship rooted in true love between the spouses, when there's respect between both of them, this is discussed, understood before you go into marriage. When marriages are hurried, like they're hurried these days, it's always an issue because before you even know yourselves, you're already at the altar. You're married. They start trying to understand yourselves, trying to know who the man is. It's a problem. But if you knew your man and your man knew you before you contract a marriage, I said before, the world view, spiritual views have to be understood. And I talked about being Christian. Do you understand? When you're truly Christian, you see that whatever you do, you have to do it for the love of Christ.
Okay.
And it begins to, it's not difficult for you to adjust. Quarrel is taken out of the marriage. Misunderstanding is taken out of the marriage. Most of these problems arise because of misunderstanding and because people don't know themselves before they go into a marriage.
Okay.
So I will advocate that whether you're marrying a Catholic or non-Catholic, you should first of all ensure that that marriage went through a process.
Okay.
Proper courtship.
Proper courtship.
Okay.
I courted for 4.5 years.
But, sir, sorry. In your own sense, I need to know what proper courtship is.
Good. Let me put it this way. These days, a girl and a boy are in love when they're able to have sex. That's the truth, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's what it tells now. Can you love a girl and not have sex with her for 4 years?
Yes, you can.
If you can, then he loves you. Then he loves you. If he's not demanding that he must have sex with you to prove that you love him, that you must have a child for him or get pregnant before you agree that he's marrying you. So these are issues.
Okay, but is it just the abstinence from sex that proves that you're having a proper courtship?
Yeah, understand my point.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is this. Many a time these days, a man believes a woman loves him because she's agreed to go to bed with him. Okay?
Yes.
That is one. That aspect of courtship should be understood not to be the real way to go about it. There must be openness. For instance, you have to let your wife know who you are, not pretense. Who are you? You earn money. How do you earn your money? You understand?
Yes.
Proper courtship demands that all these things, that the way I live my life naturally should be understood by the wife I want to marry. The way my wife lives her life should be understood by me. What is her worldview? What is her idea about life? This has to be understood before you talk about marriage. You don't begin to study them after. It creates a problem. So it translates also into how you relate after the marriage. When you have come into the relationship, when it has been blessed as a sacrament, how you now live it out is important. And it comes from what you used to do before. Do you get my point?
Yes. But a lot of people pretend before marriage, and even no matter how long you are together.
You can't pretend for 4 years.
So some people
you can't pretend for 2 years.
Some people can pretend.
I have a story of someone who pretended to be a Catholic, but he was a Muslim, just to get married to the woman. And then after the wedding, she woke up one morning and saw him praying. And then she was surprised. So that's the dilemma for her. She doesn't know what to do.
I'll say something about courtships. Many women don't understand telltales. You know what I call telltales?
Yeah, and so men are so good at
that. You see, no matter how expert you are, you should be able to identify telltales. I give you an instance. In 1999, there was a young lady who was close to my family, and she had a boy she loved. And she told me, oh, she was so much in love with this boy, would like him to marry her. Okay, fine. I said, no problem. The boy happened to be from my hometown, because she wanted to marry somebody from my town.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
So, something happened. That year, a Molue fell into the lagoon. And this boy had been transferred to Port Harcourt. She was working in Lagos here. And both of them had telephone in their offices.
Okay.
So when this incident occurred, I saw her 2 weeks after, asked her, has your boyfriend called you? She said no. I said, he's not going to marry you. He said, why do you say like that? I said, any serious person who loves a girl will want to find out what happened to her when an incident like this occurred in the city where she lived.
Concerned about her well-being. Yes.
That he didn't do that means that he has no regard for you. Forget it. She didn't believe it. And she carried on until 2004.
Wow, 99.
And the man was doing like this, and she was blind. To a point I told the father, this girl is deaf. Now, when this lady got a visa to leave Nigeria, she left Nigeria. 2 weeks later, the man married.
Oh my God.
So the telltale sign was there.
But she didn't see it.
She didn't see it. And when she was told, she didn't believe it.
But then they say love is blind. Probably.
Love has eyes.
Okay, so I really want to ask, okay, so what are some of these issues that someone can experience when you marry, like a Catholic marrying a non-Catholic? What are some of the issues that might arise in the marriage?
Yeah, one of the major problems would be your faith, identity of faith. You know, like I was discussing with you when we were off camera, many non-Catholics don't like the Catholic Church, not because they understand the Catholic Church or know about it, but because they were prejudiced already about the Catholic Church. So in their mind, the Catholic Church is one place where we worship Mary, we worship idols, and their pastors feed them with this propaganda just to keep their flock size growing. And there's call it a blitzkrieg of effort. They are militant in their approach of getting converts. Do you understand?
Yes.
Such that if you don't take your time, you can get easily swayed. More so, if you're not a convinced Catholic, you can get easily swayed by the barrage of things you see on television.
And pressure from
you understand?
everywhere. Yes.
And pressure right, left, and center. So you need to be convinced in yourself as to your faith. And make every effort to practice it.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
To practice it. You know, don't be shy, for instance, to say a rosary in front of a non-Catholic. I've gone to functions, even this year. I was asked to pray in a gathering, and I say the name of the Father. So they say, why is the Catholic way of praying? It's a Catholic way of praying. If you're afraid of such things, you just say in Jesus' name. You understand?
Yes.
So by so doing, you're already running away from yourself. You have to believe in who you are. And then show yourself for who you are. Like I also said here, that marriage sometimes can be difficult, but it can also be a form of educating the non-Catholics of what Catholicism is all about.
Nice one, sir.
Yeah. Because when you challenge them, when they said that thing to me, I told them, the sign of the cross is your salvation.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It's salvation. So if you refuse to do the sign of the cross, it means that you even deny Jesus, that he died.
Thank you very much, sir, for your words of wisdom. We've certainly learned a lot today. Everybody, we've had Mazi Udo Chijioke with us today, and he has been talking to us about mixed marriages, and we've certainly learned a lot. Nonso, I'm sure you've learned a lot too.
Yep.
All your doubts have
lot.
been cleared, Abby.
Yeah, like love yourself. Genuine love. Genuine. Then understand each other. And then practice your faith. Practice your faith.
Be
very
proud
well.
to practice your faith.
Very, very proud.
Thank you all for spending time with us today on Catholic Faith Forum. We've had an amazing time. Hope to see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.